Welcome to the News Hour, live from Doha. I'm Lauren Taylor.
I'm Lauren Taylor, live in the Iraqi capital with the Al Jazeera News Hour on the eve of the 5th anniversary of the fall of Baghdad. We have more in-depth coverage from Iraq, including the hidden killer, a special report on the biggest cause of deaths among US forces, improvised explosive devices. Well, we're now on a stretch of road that they're much more concerned about. You feel the tension rising in the vehicle because on this stretch alone, it's just a couple of kilometres, they've actually lost 4 vehicles in the space of a month, hit by improvised devices hidden by the side of the road. And however carefully they look, they can't examine everything, and there's plenty of rubbish lying around. Anything could be a hidden device. For more analysis of the situation 5 years after the fall of Saddam, we're joined by Ahmad Mousali from the American University of Beirut. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. Well, General Petraeus, in his testimony to Congress, has been saying that there shouldn't be a timetable for withdrawal of American troops beyond those that are already coming out, the ones that were put in as part of the surge. Do you think that decision is the right one?
Welcome to Counting the Cost, Al Jazeera's business programme. I'm Lauren Taylor. Each week we'll bring you all the business and economic news from around the world. Hello, we begin with breaking news out of Honduras, where the president has been ousted in a military coup. The head of Congress, Roberto Micheletti, has been tipped to become the interim leader. Well, this was one of the first places to be hit, one of 6 simultaneous targets for the Israeli Air Force. The odd thing is there's actually not that much visible damage here, but 50 out of 53 police officers who were here on the day died in the sheer blast effect from those missiles that came from the Apache helicopters. You can see on the ground their boots as they were torn off them and bits of the old shells that exploded. The other thing that killed them in part was this shrapnel, tiny, tiny bits of it that go into the body and cause massive internal bleeding. On the day of that attack, I was in the studio presenting as the first shocking images started to come in of the aftermath. And we just returned to our breaking news coming out of Gaza, reports of Israeli airstrikes on the Gaza Strip. We're just getting some other pictures, and I want to warn our viewers that you might find some of these other pictures distressing. Raw footage coming in of what seems to be the site of one of the attacks. I'm Lauren Taylor in Lebanon, where politicians and the military have been paying their final respects to Major General Francois Al-Hajj. This training ground for the counter-terrorism unit is only about a half-an-hour drive outside the capital, Sana'a. But as you can see, it's incredibly remote, rocky territory, exactly the kind of terrain that suspected militants can disappear into quite easily. And the government hopes that these elite troops will be able to track them down. We travelled to Marib province, where 7 tourists were killed on Monday with a group of Spanish reporters. The first time since the attack that foreign media have been allowed access to the site. Any reporting in Yemen requires government permission and a minder with you at all times. And as we arrived, we realised quite how dangerous officials see this area as. We had an escort of 4 military vehicles. Well, during this special programme, we'll get the view from Israel on his speech with Jackie Rowland in Jerusalem. And we'll also be hearing about what the Palestinians think, that from our correspondent Shireen Tadros in Gaza. Well, President Obama is also likely to touch on Iran's nuclear programme. We'll be getting the thoughts of Alireza Ronaghi in Tehran on that. The head of intelligence here, Omar Suleiman, the Egyptian head of intelligence, has had more talks with Hamas leaders today, and he broke the news to them that Israel was asking for a delay in giving its response to the truce deal that's been negotiated in the last few weeks here. Nestling in the Bay of Biscay in the north of Spain, just over the border from France, San Sebastian is a gourmet heaven in the heart of the Basque Country. It's an area that's fiercely proud of its culture and traditions and is known for its spirit of independence. Well, now some breaking news for you. Witnesses say that a bulldozer driver has gone on a rampage in Jerusalem and ploughed his vehicle into a crowded public bus. The attack has set off panic in downtown Jerusalem. Dozens of people are running through the streets to flee the scene of the attack. That's it for now. The weather is coming up next, and more news, of course, at the top of the hour. Thanks for watching.